For me, it's all about the fine details, like a scroll hanging on the outside of a prison cell. And you'll be able to craft those for free and learn how to make them this week on Tabletop Witchcraft. Hey there, welcome back to Tabletop Witchcraft. By now, I think you know what my thoughts are on the fine details when it comes to crafting. It's those little things here and there that people see that really brings a build together. And they don't have to be super intricate to make something look spectacular. Something like a scroll hanging on the outside of a door or laying on a table in a tavern can really amp up a piece. So, this week we're doing scrolls, and you can head over to DriveThruRPG and print off this file for free and follow along. I've got 15 different sayings and 5 blanks where you can create your own little piece. Some of the sayings on here say, help wanted, inquire within, surrender weapons at the gate, and so on. So, with that, head on over there, print this off, and let's get crafting. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is head over to DriveThruRPG and print these plans off. You get them for free over there, and go ahead and pick out one of the scrolls you want and cut that one out. And then go ahead and take some toothpicks, and you want to cut these so that you have maybe about 1/8 of an inch sticking out past each side of the piece of paper. Then you can go ahead and paint each end brown. This is just in case any bit of it shows, but for the most part it's all going to be covered up by the end of the scroll and the paperwork. Now if you're going to go ahead and make a poster out of these, just cut it right there and leave it as is. But we're making a scroll, so flip it over and put a little bit of tape under it. So get the tape there, flip it over just like that, and lift up the part of the text on the scroll that you're going to have showing and tape it to the flipped over piece of the scroll, just like that. Cut off the excess tape on both sides, and now we're going to roll it up. So this part, you want to make sure you get the scroll rolling evenly, that way it doesn't look irregular shaped by the time you get it rolled all the way up. So just take your time with this, and what I like to do is take a little bit of super glue and touch it to the toothpick. That way it'll help hold that in place. So get that rolling up and then touch a little bit of super glue to that. You don't need much. And then start rolling it up. When I get about halfway, I'll touch it with a little bit more super glue. And then keep going. And now the little seal that you see there on the bottom right of the scroll, you're going to roll all the way up until you cover that up, because the way it's designed, when you're using it as a scroll, there's another seal, as you'll see right here, that'll pop up in place, just like that, covering the one that's on the text portion of the scroll. Adds a little bit of a dimension to the scroll. And then flip it over, and then now you're going to want to roll this in the opposite direction. Gives it a little bit more of a classic look. And then the same as before, a little bit of super glue on the toothpick, and then a little bit as you're rolling it up. So it should look something like that. And again, don't worry about the paint on this, because you're really not going to see most of it anyway. Now you can go ahead and get a little bit of green stuff, and we're going to make some end caps for the scroll. You could leave these off. You could put beads on the end of this. I just decided to put a little green stuff and sculpt some for this build. So I'm just putting a little bit of a circular pattern on each end. And I usually put a little bit of lotion on my hands to keep the green stuff from sticking to me. And then just take a scalpel and put some little grooves along the ends of the scroll. And if you mess up, it's green stuff. Don't worry about it. You got hours to work with this stuff. And then I take a very small piece of green stuff, just to have like a little knob on the end of that end piece there. Push that in place. And then just a few little dots around that rim there, just for some more detail. And you're going to want to do this to all four ends of that wooden piece for the scroll. And now here you can paint the ends black, silver, metallic, any color you want. I decided to go with a dark brown. And then a little, like a light tan color for a dry brush over that. Now we're taking some leather brown from Vallejo and about 3 strands from about a 15 strand piece of cooking twine. That's about a 2 scale size diameter there for rope. So just pull those apart, get some paint on it, and then you're going to want to wrap it around the top portion of the scroll. This is, of course, if you're going to be hanging it from a doorway. If you're going to keep it separate to lay it down on a desk or something, obviously you don't want to do this part. And just one wrap is sufficient with a little bit of super glue and you'll be all set. And then do the same to the other side. Alright, should look something like that. So, as you can see, this is a quick and easy build that really adds a little extra touch of immersion for your players when they're playing through your world. Make sure to leave a comment below on some ideas you might like to see on those scrolls. And over time, I might upload another file for you guys on Drive-Thru-RPG. So with that, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you around.